Shipmates, welcome to the channel. I'm Captain Dubay, your new CO for Navy Reserve Fleet Logistics Center, Jacksonville. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you over the next 27 months. Rather than what could be lengthy and boring emails, I make lengthy and boring monthly videos to communicate unclassified information with you all. Please forgive me for not using a teleprompter, but I have some notes on the screen in front of me, so if you see my eyes drifting, it's due to looking at my notes. I'm looking forward to our khaki team helping make these videos with me and hope you find them informative. And if there's something you'd like to see me cover, don't hesitate to send me a Navy email instead of trying to leave a comment below. I've got the comments turned off on purpose to prevent spammers from participating. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure your notifications are turned on so you'll be alerted when future videos come out. By the way, don't worry, I won't try to shake you all down to buy some merch from me, so you're good there. Since this is our first video, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, my command philosophy, and the way I like to conduct business. I'll also review some recent changes affecting mobilizations from CNO and CNR, and the importance of writing great evals and Fitreps. By the way, I'm not on duty at the moment, so I'm allowed to wear one of my favorite t-shirts, which is especially helpful for today's weather, with a forecast high of 88 degrees, which is about 12 degrees more than normal. About me, I'm a DCO with no prior service and joined mainly out of selfish reasons, which had quickly grown into more altruistic ones. I originally wanted to add some excitement to my life by seeing the world and getting to do cool things which many of my friends weren't doing. I also wanted the military retirement benefits. Over the years, this has shifted to more patriotic reasons, as well as having the opportunity to being exposed to some of the most incredible people I've ever met. In other words, you all. I just can't tell you enough how many incredible people I've come across during these 23 years I've been in, and people that I would never have expected to have met on this journey I've been on with the Navy. My civilian work experience includes a brief stint with the PGA Tour as an accountant, 20 years with 3M Company as an industrial products accountant, and later as a surgical equipment sales representative. And finally, I was a controller and treasurer for a small real estate development company I helped create. I retired from that job about 12 years ago, but continue to do accounting and IT consulting with small businesses when I've got time. Besides Florida, I've lived in New York, Minnesota, and Michigan. So if any of you have lived in any of those places, give me a shout out. Also, I currently live with my wife of 10 years and 2 dogs on the north side of Orlando. My wife is a licensed mental health counselor and a local TV news personality who talks about mental health issues. I'll put a link to her channel in the description below if you'd like to see her in action. She's actually much better than me when it comes to doing these videos. My command philosophy is mission and morale oriented. As reservists, our mission is to be ready, both individually, which includes the things that you're most familiar with, medical, GMT, and a whole slew of other items, and warfighting readiness. This is the critical one. Warfighting readiness is how ready you are to perform your billet, meaning you need to get your PQS and other billet-related training done. Our command morale is extremely important. It enables us to enjoy working on our readiness. If one doesn't enjoy going to their job, it makes accomplishing tasks difficult. Therefore, all of us must pull together in finding ways to keep morale high. Morale is not only on the khaki team's shoulders, it's on everyone's. Everybody is responsible for coming up with ways to make our time together fun. Therefore, all suggestions are welcome, particularly if it gets us out of the classroom and either touring a ship, a hangar, a warehouse, or even having fun on a playing field or at a picnic. All of you in the Orlando debt need to get that IDTT funding as often as possible so we can get you away from that office building, which I personally spent many days in that building as a junior officer. Let's make our drills worthwhile so we have stories to tell our friends and family when we come home from drill. When it comes to conducting unit business, I expect everyone, especially cross-assigned members, to be engaged and participate with collateral duties in the command. For us to have fun together on our drill weekends, this will mean getting some work done outside the drill weekends. But before you start moaning about that, you've got to remember that you are already being paid for 4 days of work on a weekend. So if you can take care of computer-based GMT or other rate studies outside of drill, this will give us more time to enjoy outside of the classroom. Also, we can provide additional non-paid drills and ATPs or RMPs, if they're available, for extra work done outside the drill weekend. You will need to ensure you have a telework agreement in place to do this. I believe in being a fair leader. If you are one of those who doesn't feel like participating during a drill weekend, I've got you covered. I'll issue you U's, and once you've got 9 of them, you'll be administratively separated from the Navy. If you love to participate and do things for the unit, especially good things, you'll earn awards and I'll write you a great eval or fit rep. Working smart, not hard is a mantra I've had for years. We need to use existing technology to our advantage. This means everyone must be on flank speed routinely. In my civilian work, I'm an MS-365 administrator, so understand the potential of flank speed, which is MS-365, a Microsoft product. We must do better with our communications and keeping in routine contact with each other. Flank speed is a huge step forward in helping us. Another area for working smart is ensuring our personal contact information is updated in authoritative databases such as NSIPs. If our info is properly maintained, we do not need to circulate a recall bill spreadsheet which contains PII. We need to get out of the business of thinking in the past and do better with the newer tools we've been given. A couple of final topics before I close out. CNO sent a NAVADMIN message on 1 February announcing IA mobilizations are back on. It will be a 50-50 split of who carries out the MOBs, 50% reservist and 50% active duty. Involuntary MOBs will be carried out by BBA, or billet-based activation. In other words, if you are in a reserve billet, which meets the mobilization billet requirements, and you have the NEC or NOBC to match, while being out of dwell or no longer have a TS1 mass code if you came off of active duty, then you are a prime candidate to mobilize. I've seen a few MOBs announced already for our fuelies, with them going to Isa Air Base in Bahrain as of this July. If you think you could be tagged for mobilization, my advice is to take matters in your own hands and volunteer for a mobilization. This may allow you to choose a favorable location and possibly a shorter tour of duty. Although as our economy continues to worsen, there may be no shortage of volunteers as some might be looking for a job. The last item I'd like to discuss is evals and fitreps with an emphasis on evals. I participate on the Supply Senior Enlisted Leadership Council calls. The senior and master chiefs were unhappy about the number of chiefs that they were unable to make due to poorly written evals. 5 years worth of well-written evals are what gets a first class promoted to chief. Even if you're an E2 right now and have no intention of making chief, you might change your mind someday. So you really need to practice writing them. It's the only way you'll get good at writing, which was my case as a junior officer. I wrote horrible fit reps until someone showed me how it's done. Plenty of practice over the years and sitting on a couple selection boards helped me immensely. Therefore, we all are going to make a team effort on becoming better writers. I'd like everyone to write their eval or fit rep a year in advance, using it as your roadmap for the year. You will continually refine it during the year, using it as a talking point for your midterm counseling. And by the time your periodic eval or fit rep is due, you will have no excuse but to have a killer write-up. I plan on putting out a separate video on eval and fit rep writing to help. I'll also make one on the ins and outs of eNavFit. Only good things can come of this, so let's start writing. All right, enough hot air out of me already. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on base or in the next video. Captain Dubé out.